Electricity is a very important thing in our life. As we know, many things are present around us and we are using these things by the use of the electricity. As you can see that telephone, bulb, electric bulb, in all these things we are using the electricity. Same ways, your mother is working in the kitchen. She is using mixer grinder. There she is also using the electricity. You are watching a TV. We are using a refrigerator. Everywhere we are using a electricity. So it would be not wrong to say that we can't imagine our life without electricity. So today we are going to start a very important chapter of the physics class 10, that is electricity. So firstly we will start from where this electricity word originated. So electricity, this word derives its origin from the electron, a Greek word electron, which means amber. Amber is a substance. When we rub this substance to the another substance, it gets charged, it gets electrified. So basically we will start here. What is the charge? As we all know, or we have seen in the previous classes also, that all the things which are present around us, these things are known as matter. All these matters are made up of many particles, and these particles are proton, electron, and neutron. Proton carry positive charge, electron carry negative charge, and neutron carry no charge. What is the magnitude of this charge? Proton carry 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. Coulomb is the unit of charge in positive. Electron carry minus 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. Neutron carry no charge, so no value is here. Secondly, as we know, when we are bringing same charge close to one another, immediately they will show repulsion. Whether it is positive charge or same negative charge, they will also show repulsion. But when we bring close to different charge, one is positive charge, another one is negative charge, immediately they will show attraction towards one another. So we can say, or we can conclude from here, that same charge repel and different charge attract. Secondly, when we are talking about the charge, we should be discuss about conductor and insulator also. So the next topic will be conductor and insulator. To discuss the conductor and insulator, now we are taking a very small material. It may be any matter, material, substance, anything we can take here. In this, particles of protons are present. These are the particles of protons. Same ways which we are which I am making with the help of different color, these are the particles of electrons. Now, in this substance, these protons particles are fixed. That means these fixed proton particles cannot move anywhere within this sphere. Okay, they are fixed. On other hand, these electrons particles, two conditions are here. They may be fixed or they not be fixed. So, if they are not fixed, means they are free to move anywhere. These electron particles go this side also, this side also, this side also, means electron particles are free to move anywhere within this sphere. So, the material or the substance which contains this type of free electron particles, they are known as conductor. Means what is the speciality of the conductor? Conductors are the substance which contain free electrons which can move anywhere inside the substance. Opposite of this, insulator, in which no free particles are present, so nothing is here to move here and there. So what we are watching here, we can see that in the conductor, free electron particles are present and they can move here and there. We can see the flow of these particles, we can see the flow of this charge particle, that is electrons. So, this flow of charge is known as the electric current. It is a very important thing. Whatever flowing of charge we can see here, this flowing of charge is known as the electric current. So, very important topic, that is electric current. So, we are starting electric current. We are taking a material. In this material, lots of positive charge particles are present. Because these charge particles are free, so they can flow easily and they are flowing. They are showing the flow in this direction. We are taking another material in which lots of negative charge is present, and this negative charge particles are also free, so they can move easily. So they are also showing the flow. This flow of charge particles we can see here easily. Now, suppose I am writing here one term, that is water current. What is the meaning of water current? The meaning of water current is flow of water. Second thing, if I am writing here air current, flow of air. Same way, I am writing here, or we can see here the flow of charge. So we can write here what? It is a charge current, which is also known as electric current. So same way, when water is flowing, the term we are using water current. when air is flowing, we can use the term air current. Same way, when charge is flowing, whether it is a positive charge particle or negative charge particle, it is known as the charge current and also known as the electric current. So simply we can write what is the electric current? Electric current is the flow of charge, whether it is a positive charge flow or negative charge flow. So I am writing here, what is electric current? Electric current is flow of charge of positive charge particle or negative charge particles. Second thing, when we see this positive charge particles are flowing in right side direction, same way we are seeing the current which we symbolize I, this I. Same way electric current is also flowing in right side direction. But in case of negative charge particles, when charge is flowing in right side, we will see the current is flowing opposite direction of this flow of charge, that is left side direction. So the second conclusion which is drawn from here, in the case of positive charge, the direction of electric current is same as the direction of the flow of positive charge. But in case of negative charge particles, the direction of current will be opposite to the direction of the flow of negative charge particles. So it is a very important point. I am writing here. You should be written it. So direction of electric current will be same as flow of positive charge particles. Opposite of this, the direction of electric current will be different in case of flow of negative charge particles. Is it clear to everyone else? Now, we will elaborate this more. So, again I am taking one more example. Here is the positive charge particle. They are showing the flow. These are the negative charge particles. Okay. I am making a line here. In this line, we can see positive charge particles are crossing this line. Suppose in 1 second, Q charge passed this line. In second, again Q charge passed this line, charge. Or in T seconds, T may be 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, so on. In T seconds, Q charge flow from this line. So, what we will write, Q charge is passed in T seconds. So, what will be the amount of current? That amount of current will be I. So, we are getting a very new formula, that is I is equal to Q upon T. I stands for electric current, Q stands for the charge, and T stands for the time. Next. The unit of I is ampere. Again, I am taking one more example. Suppose we have taken a copper wire. Copper wire is a good conductor of electricity. In this copper wire, negative charge is flowing. Again, I have drawn a line, and from this line, Q amount of charges flow in T seconds. So, by putting the value in this, 1 coulomb. Coulomb is the unit of charge I have told you previously. In T second, or we can say in 1 second. So by putting this value in this formula, 1 ampere will be 1 coulomb upon 1 second. So we can derive the definition of 1 ampere. 1 ampere is the amount of current when 1 coulomb charge flow in a 1 second through a conductor. I am writing here 1 ampere is amount of that current when 1 coulomb charge flow in 1 second. So this is the definition of 1 ampere. Same way, we can find the definition of the coulomb also. What is the 1 coulomb? 1 coulomb is the that amount of charge when 1 ampere current flow in 1 second. We can mold this formula according to our requirement. Now, one more question we are doing here, that is, there is a one copper wire conductor in which the electrons are present, so charge is flowing. Again, I am making a line. In this line, suppose 40 coulomb charge flow in 10 seconds from this line. So what is the amount of electric current? I. In this numerical, amount of electric current is R. It is very easy by using these all data and by putting this in this formula. I is equal to Q upon T. Q is given 40 coulomb. T is given 10 seconds. So what will be the value? 4 coulomb per second. That is I. Or we can write I is equal to 4 ampere. So this is the answer. It is very easy. One more question we are doing here, that is, one NCERT book question we are doing here. The question is, a 0.5 ampere current is drawn from filament of electric bulb in 10 minutes. So, what is the amount of charge flow through circuit. Question is, there is a electric circuit, bulb is here, and the filament of bulb is drawing 0.5 ampere current. So I is given, that is 0.5 ampere. Time is also given. So time t is 10 minutes. So by putting this value again in this formula, I is given 0.5, Q is asked 10 minutes. So 10 minutes we can change it into seconds. So 10 into 60, 600 seconds. So we will put here 600. So Q is equal to 600 into 0.5, that is 300 coulomb. So this is the again same question. We can change the data according to our requirement, and we can use this formula in any type of numerical. One more problem is given, that is, sometimes in the numerical value of current is given in different units. Suppose value of current, that is I, is given 2 milliampere. So what is this milliampere? So what we have to do, we have to change this unit into ampere. So what we will do, this is the milli ampere. So first we will change it into the ampere. How? 2 into 10 raised to power minus 3 ampere. What we will do? We will multiply it by 10 raised to power minus 3. Again the same problem. Sometime I is given 2 microampere. This is the microampere. At that time, what we will do? We will change again microampere into the ampere. So what we will do? We will multiply it by 10 raised to power minus 6, and it will be converted into ampere. So we can change the value according to our requirement. Thank you.